Greetings, everybody, and welcome to this new tutorial. Today, we are going to create a new Qt application, but still on Qt Designer, in order to see how Qt Designer elements work. Okay, so let's create a new project. We will select Qt widget application, and now let's call our project my clock. Okay, the build system is QMake as usual. Okay, so as base class, we will select QWidget and rename the class my clock. Now under kits, minjw64. And then we are done. So let's go to the form directly. First, what we will do in this project, we use only two labels. Label one, let's call it application label app label, and label two, we call it time label. Time label, right, just time. Now what we need to do, we will put those two labels horizontally by using an horizontal layout. So we add horizontal layout, and then we just put the two labels inside. Okay, we are done. No. Okay. Yes, like this. So this tutorial is uh, used to show how we can use an horizontal layout to display elements horizontally. So we have the clock element set up. Now, what we will do first, we'll need to add a little image as a logo for our clock. Now let's go to edit, and then we do a right click on the project name, and then we select add new, and then we select Qt, and then Qt resource file. Click on choose, and then let's name it data resource file. So data.qrc, and we finish. Inside the data.qrc, let's create a new prefix, maybe called icons. Now, after the new prefix, let's add an icon, an image. So we have our clock image. I precise that the image must be in the project folder. So we have our clock image. Let's add it and save it. and save it. So till now, this is how the application looks. Now let's add the icon to our label. When we select our label, just scroll down. Just scroll down and search for Pixmap. When we have seen Pixmap, we can select, we can do a click and click on choose resources. And then we will see our icons, prefix, and then we click on the clock. You see our clock icon is there. Now we have our clock icon inserted. Okay, it's done. Now let's see how we can add the time inside this label. But before, let's set the layout to fit the window. Set layout, UI. Horizontal layout. Okay. Okay, so the layout has fit our window. Now, let's remove the spacing inside the layout as we don't need too much spacing. Okay. Okay, and then the left margin. And the right margin. 9 also. Okay. So we have our time label that we need to add time to 8. So this is how it looks till now. Now, we need a counter that we count for each 1 second and then update the time. Inside Qt, the class responsible for counting is timer, QTimer. So inside our header, we'll just include a QTimer. And also the class responsible to get the current time. It's called QTime. QTimer in QTime. And inside the private section, we will initiate the QTime. We will declare our QTimer. Let's call it counter timer. And then we call it inside the constructor. Counter timer equals new QTimer. This. And then we can set the interval to 1,000 milliseconds. That means 1 second. And now let's create private slots, and void update time. And then we'll go to the declaration, the definition. Okay. Now let's connect the counter timer. Okay, so there is a mechanism called signal and slot. A signal is an event that has been triggered, and then the slot is an event that responds to the triggered event. So when an action has been started, the response to that action is called a slot. So the action is the signal, and the response to that specific action is the slot. So there is a way to connect those two functions. For our timer, the signal is timeout. When the timer has finished to count the 1 second, and the action associated to that is the update of time. So the syntax to connect is connect the object sender, who is the sender, the counter timer, and what's the name of the signal? Timeout. You can use signal timeout, and then who is the responder? This. So my clock, and then the slot, update time. So both are connected. So inside update time, we need to get the current time as string. So let's use QString. QString is the class for manipulating string. Current time equals QTime, current time to string. And then we need to add the time format, hour, minutes, and then second, and then second. Now let's add that time to the label. UI, time label, set text, current time. So basically it has been done. Now what's left is to start the timer. Counter timer, start. So let's see what the output is. So as you can see, our time is updating. Now let's increase the label size. Okay, we increase the font size. I think 17 is okay. Okay, this is our time, and let's center it by adding spacers. Okay, we are done. So this is our clock, our custom clock that we have just developed right now. So guys, this was all for this tutorial. I look forward to see you in the next tutorial. Thanks.